Something moving through tall grass. A giant serpent slithers silently beneath the forest canopy, its scales brushing against the leaves as if warning the trees to stay quiet. At the same time, a bus rumbles down a narrow road miles away, filled with passengers who have no idea that their journey is about to take a terrifying turn. Quick flashes show a mother holding her child, teenagers listening to music, an elderly man staring out the window, and the driver focused calmly on the road. Suddenly, a shadow darts across the screen, followed by a deep rumble from the earth itself. A voiceover cuts through the tension, asking, "What happens when a bus full of ordinary people crosses into the domain of a creature that tolerates no intruders?" The screen fades to black, and the title appears with a chilling musical sting. The story begins on a warm afternoon in the outskirts of a remote region, where dense forests stretch endlessly in every direction. A lone bus travels a long, isolated route, carrying villagers from one small town to another. The road is cracked and bumpy, with tree branches hanging so low they almost scrape the roof of the bus. Inside, the mood is relaxed. People chat casually, babies cry and then quiet down, and the driver hums softly to himself. But as the bus travels farther, the trees grow thicker, the shadows longer, and the air quieter. The narrator explains that the route hasn't been used in years. Only recently had it reopened after heavy rains washed away parts of the main road. Some locals speak of unsettling things that have happened in these woods-vanished hikers. Strange noises and legends passed down through generations about a powerful guardian serpent that controls the land. As the bus moves deeper into the forest, the environment seems to shift. Birds stop chirping. Even insects go silent. A sense of stillness presses against the windows, almost as if the forest is holding its breath. The passengers sense it too. A teenage boy looks outside nervously. A woman who had been laughing at a joke suddenly stops mid-sentence. The driver notices the tension, but tries to lighten the mood by telling them they'll be out of the woods soon. His words are confident, but his eyes reveal a hint of worry. A few minutes later, the bus reaches a makeshift roadblock, fallen branches, rocks, and a sign that appears recently placed. The sign reads, "Restricted wildlife territory, do not enter." The driver frowns. The alternate road is even longer, and passengers are already complaining about delays. After thinking for a moment, he decides to take the detour through the restricted area, believing it's the fastest way to get everyone home before dark. The bus turns and enters a narrow dirt road. The forest here feels ancient and untouched. Sunlight barely reaches the ground. The trees are massive, their roots twisting like the veins of the earth itself. Unknown to the passengers, every vibration of the bus engine travels deep into the soil. Beneath one of the hills, a set of enormous yellow eyes snaps open. The giant snake, disturbed from its resting place, uncoils slowly. Its body is thick as a tree trunk, its scales glistening with moisture from the underground cavern. The serpent rises toward the surface, sensing the trespasser invading its territory. Inside the bus, people begin to feel uneasy, though they don't know why. The old man by the window keeps glancing outside as if expecting to see something. The little child starts crying again. Even the driver is gripping the steering wheel a bit tighter. Just as the bus rounds a bend, a heavy thump shakes it from below. The metal rattles and several passengers scream. The driver brakes sharply. Dust swirls around the bus. "What was that?" someone asks. Another thump, louder, harder, strikes the side of the bus, tipping it slightly before it settles back on its wheels. Panic spreads instantly. People stand and crowd the aisles, shouting questions the driver cannot answer. He tells everyone to sit down and tries to restart the bus, thinking maybe a rock or fallen branch hit the underside. But then, through the dusty windows, something massive moves. A large shadow slides across the front of the bus, slow, deliberate, and impossibly long. The passengers nearest to the windows step back in horror as they see the serpent's enormous body stretch across the road. Its scales reflect the faint light, revealing patterns that look almost ancient, like markings carved by time. The snake lifts its head, towering above the hood of the bus. It opens its jaw slightly, flicking its tongue to taste the air, its anger rising with each passing second. Chaos erupts inside the bus. A woman cries, clinging to her husband. A group of teenagers crouch low, covering their heads. The little child screams louder, unable to understand but sensing the fear filling the bus. The driver tries to reverse, but the bus wheels spin and sink into the soft mud created by the earlier rainfall. The bus jolts as the snake lashes its tail against the side. Windows shake violently. The driver yells for everyone to stay down. The serpent coils its body partially around a nearby tree, using it as leverage. Then it strikes the side of the bus again, causing a loud metallic crunch. Several passengers fall to the floor. The narrator describes how animals, especially territorial predators, respond violently when their domain is threatened. The serpent believes the bus is an invader and is determined to drive it out or destroy it completely. The creature lowers its head, bringing its face level with the windows. Its enormous, unblinking eyes lock onto the terrified faces inside. For a moment, everything goes silent, the world reduced to the sound of the serpent's slow, heavy breaths. Realizing the bus cannot remain trapped, the driver decides to attempt a desperate escape. He tells the passengers to hold on to the seats, yelling that they need to distract the creature. A few brave individuals wave their hands at the opposite windows, trying to draw the snake's attention away from the front. The creature reacts, turning its head, which gives the driver the moment he needs. He slams his hand onto the horn, blasting an ear-piercing sound through the forest. The flashing headlights and thundering horn shock the serpent, causing it to recoil slightly. Seizing the opportunity, the driver hits the accelerator. The wheels spin violently before finally catching traction and launching the bus forward with a burst of speed. The serpent reacts instantly, slithering after the bus. Its massive body tears through bushes and fallen logs as it chases them. Inside the bus, people scream, holding onto seats as the vehicle bounces wildly over the uneven terrain. The serpent lunges, its body slamming into a tree as it misses the bus by inches. The bus races toward the edge of the forest, the engine roaring, the metal rattling with every bump. After a few more agonizing seconds, the trees thin, sunlight pours through the windshield, and the bus finally bursts out of the serpent's territory. The giant snake reaches the boundary, stops, and watches them escape, unwilling to leave its domain. Once the bus reaches a safe area, the driver stops and everyone sits in silence, trembling but alive. Some passengers cry quietly, others stare blankly, trying to process what happened. When they reach the next village, locals explain that the forest is known for an ancient serpent believed to be the guardian of the land. Rarely seen, it only attacks when its territory is crossed. The passengers realize how close they came to disaster. The narrator concludes by reminding viewers that nature has its boundaries, and entering them unknowingly can bring consequences beyond imagination. The video ends by asking the audience what they would have done in that situation, fading out as the camera pans back into the dark forest where the serpent's eyes glimmer one last time before disappearing into the shadows.